Hey everybody, welcome back. Bridesmaids versus Bridezillas.
Rear. Bow. Bow.
POV, your bridesmaid just told you the bridesmaid's dress you chose for everyone isn't her color, not her style. She also doesn't like your flower choices and she's in love with your husband. Does it ever end? Huh. Y'all gonna fight? Put him up! Let's go! I wanna see the claws out! How do we know she's in love with your husband? Do we know that? I don't know. This is Bridesmaids versus Bridezillas. I don't know who's in the right. Y'all are crazy out here.
She looks like she needs to be in a circus. Oh my God! That dress is awful. What? I like it. If she didn't want to hear my opinion, then maybe she probably should have left me at home.
This appointment has train wreck written all over it. I see the buzzard circling.
I'm sorry. When did it become okay to like bully the bride at her dress fitting? What is happening here? What is going on? Y'all are mean.
That dress is a hot mess.
I don't know what kind of friends these are she brought with her today, but that's not the kind of friends I want to take with me anywhere.
I don't even know what I was thinking with bringing so many people. I didn't think this through.
I'm looking for something nice. That was awful.
All right, there's a difference between a friend being honest with you, which is always appreciated. A friend being honest with you about when you do and don't look good is appreciated because sometimes it's like people are just too nice and I would prefer just someone just be straight up. But like y'all are sitting around laughing at your friend in wedding dresses. There's a way to say it, you know what I mean? You could say like,
you know, you look beautiful, babe, but I just don't think it's the one.
You don't need to say she looks terrible. Like, my dear, I genuinely hope that you have reassessed your friendships after this encounter. Bridezilla or bad bridesmaid. So I may have just witnessed my best friend's first Bridezilla moment, but I don't know if maybe I'm the one in the wrong here. You tell me if this is as irrational of an expectation as I think it is or if I'm just an idiot. Gladly. I'm ready. So, my best friend is having a destination wedding in April at a very expensive hotel in South Beach, Florida. Very shiny, pricey wedding. I am a bridesmaid. She originally had told me that they were going to be taking a look at how COVID-19 is closer to the wedding and would decide if they were going to cancel or reschedule then, which sounds fair. Everything has been pretty considerate up until today. The dresses and shoes were moderately priced. We could wear our own jewelry, etc. Then today. Today, she texted me asking if I had booked the hotel for the wedding yet. I responded no, as I was waiting to hear the final call on whether or not the wedding was happening. Secretly really hoping it wasn't happening, as realistically it probably won't be safe to have a 150-person wedding by then. And I feel immensely pressured to go and not back out, as she has been my best friend since I was like 8. Anyways, she said they were going forward with the wedding regardless of COVID. She told me that I needed to book a room at their hotel under their room block because not enough people have been booked and sent me the link. Now, we had not discussed the hotel prior. I was preparing to pay for my own flight and hotel to go to the wedding until I saw the price. The cheapest room option for $649 per night. This is unholy! I had no idea the hotel would cost that much as we hadn't discussed accommodations before. So I texted her and profusely apologized, but I couldn't afford to stay at that hotel. I found a hotel literally 1 block away for $180 a night. I asked if it was okay that I could stay there. It was so close that I'd still be able to do everything with them and not miss anything. She was not having it. She told me absolutely not. I'm in the bridal party and had to stay at the hotel she picked. I asked if there were any bridesmaids that would be willing to group up and share a room. She said no. Everyone needs their own room so they could use all of the blocked rooms. Apparently nobody is booking there. Gee, I wonder why, indeed. I apologized again and said I just couldn't afford it, especially with the flights. She told me I was being a bad friend and that I should never have agreed to be a bridesmaid if I wasn't willing to sacrifice for her special day. I had already sacrificed my first planned vacation in 3 years for this wedding, as I don't have a lot of discretionary money. I couldn't afford to do both. And also, when I agreed, she didn't have a venue picked. And once she picked it, I didn't know it was absolutely mandatory that I stay at that specific hotel Did I just say hotel? Or the wrath of God was going to come down on me. I honestly don't even know what to say to her at this point. Was I an idiot for not backing out when I saw that their wedding was at an expensive hotel? Or is it crazy to expect everyone to stay at a hotel for that cost, $649 per night, without checking with them first? Edit. Thank you everyone for the reassurance that this is an insane demand. I thought I might have been in the wrong because I didn't back out when I found out the venue. Yes, I knew the venue was expensive and that they're paying a pretty penny for it. I just didn't think I had to stay there because I was never told I had to. Maybe my wedding ignorance made me a jerk, but nevertheless, I'm carefully crafting my response to her. I just don't get why everybody expects everyone and their dog to go into debt because of them, because they're getting married. I don't understand it. Like, I have heard of like destination weddings, but I've also heard of people that are holding the wedding, like the bride and groom and the respective parents paying for it. That's why destination weddings are so expensive. Especially if you're in the wedding party, you know? Like, sometimes you get discounts for that kind of thing. I don't know. I could be wrong, but like, that's a lot. That's a lot of money. All right, here we got some context. For whatever it's worth, I've worked at a large convention hotel similar to the one you're describing. It's extremely likely that there is some kind of financial penalty for her if she doesn't have someone use that room. When we have a block of rooms for a wedding, our contracts are typically written that the wedding must spend a minimum of X or they are charged a fee of Y. Or they may have what we call concessions, where if they spend X, they get Y in discounts on rooms or services. But if they don't spend X, they don't get the discount. Or, as some people have already mentioned, they may have to pay for a minimum number of rooms regardless of whether or not the guests use them. Contracts vary and may only have one of these things or a combination. Either way, her contract with the hotel is between her and the hotel. It is not your responsibility to finance an event that is out of your budget. I feel like if that was the case, if she's going to be held liable for the costs if people don't want to stay in the hotel, then you should ask people in advance if they can afford it. Angry today.
Okay, so this girl's tweet has gone viral after she revealed that her cousin, who she's very close to, said that she cannot be her maid of honor if she doesn't lose any weight.
My cousin, the closest thing I have to a sibling, has officially confirmed I won't be her maid of honor because I'm just too fat for a maid of honor role. Have to lose some weight before December or no maid of honor duties for me. I shan't be attending the wedding. Do people not know that if you do this kind of thing, you're gonna end up in one of my videos and everyone is gonna talk about it? Are we, like, not one of the millions of people who have seen my Bridezilla videos? I'm grateful for it because I have endless content, but like, seriously, I thought we were past this. Let's stop treating weddings like they are like fabulous movies that people need to trim up for or like cover their tattoos for or like, come on, I thought we lived in a body positive world now. Okay?
Good on this girl for not going. She said she's not going to be attending the wedding, and so she shouldn't. Her cousin doesn't deserve her.
Agreed. Just don't go. I'm sorry, you don't like me as I am? Well, find some more friends then. You seem to think that you can skimp on that sort of thing, but like, it doesn't matter. Oh, I have so many people that want to be in my wedding. I don't want a fatty.
No fatties allowed.
It is a privilege to be in my wedding and pay for a bunch of stuff and
watch me get married and eat shitty food.
A privilege, I tell you. All right, moving on. Bridezilla demands former bridesmaid give her paid-for dress to the future son-in-law free of charge. I was thinking about Bridezillas, and I was reminded of an experience with a friend of mine. We'll call her Daphne. Had with a Bridezilla, who we will call Tara. Daphne and Tara had been friends since they were in late elementary, early middle school. They lived about an hour apart, but they attended the same church, talked frequently over the phone, and got together for sleepovers. As they got older, Tara's family stopped attending church, but Daphne and Tara still talked. Daphne got married, and due to her husband's inability to pick among his friends, ended up with a larger complimentary bridal party, which included Tara. Tara bought the dress Daphne selected, a modest red dress with cap sleeves for less than $80, and Daphne bought her jewelry. Tara already had shoes to wear. All went well.
Da-dum, 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 da-dum.
Fast forward a year, Tara asks Daphne to be in her wedding party. Daphne reluctantly agrees. Tara selects a form-fitting strapless bridesmaid's dress for her party. Daphne is mortified as she's overweight and the dress is very unflattering. Tara brushes her concerns aside and pushes on. Daphne reluctantly bought the $200 dress, leaving it with Tara. Months before the wedding, Daphne finds out she's pregnant. She will be almost 6 months pregnant when the wedding is scheduled to take place. She contacts Tara and asks to be removed from the bridal party. Her dress would be too small and she had been feeling uncomfortable in the dress anyway. Tara was enraged! But she quickly found a substitute bridesmaid, her fiance's sister. The dress was her size and would not need to be altered. Daphne was relieved and asked about repayment. She was finishing up college and her husband had a low-paying blue-collar job. That money would go a long way. Tara refuses. She couldn't possibly think of asking her future son-in-law to pay for the dress that she would wear. Ultimately, Daphne was never paid back for the dress that her replacement wore. She ended up not attending the wedding, and neither she nor her mom and dad and sister and brother-in-law ended up sending a gift. Instead, Daphne's family paid Daphne what they would have paid for a wedding gift. They felt that the dress could be counted as the gift. Note, this took place in a less wealthy, lower cost of living state. A typical wedding present from a couple, small family, would be in the $25 to $30 range, about the price you would pay for a small appliance. Daphne did not speak to Tara for years after this. They did not live close to one another, and it was easy to avoid each other. Finally, years later, they began talking again via Facebook. They are now more or less just acquaintances. That is a tough one. Tis a tough one. Yeah. I don't know. I can see where both people are coming from in this instance. You know, I feel like the dress could realistically be the wedding gift. It just sucks that everybody's pinching pennies over something like this. Someone's just gotta take the fault. Someone's just gotta be the bigger person. Overrated. Being the bigger person is overrated. Bridesmaid loses it over not being maid of honor. Ooh, goody.
Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Myself and our lovely bride are curious to see what y'all have pulled. Anita, you want to join us over here?
No.
Uh-oh. We're gonna have a runaway bridesmaid.
Uh-oh. I feel like walking out of the salon.
Anita's very upset. She locked us up in the bathroom stall because she's not the maid of honor.
I don't want you to be upset like this.
Right, I'm always sucking at you.
You having this moment right now?
That's why I'm in the bathroom, Ashley.
Suck it up. Like, get over it. That's crazy.
I don't care what you think, Ashley. I'm human.
We're all human.
Okay, so you have to come in here. Why now? Why today?
I am feeling very bad right now. I probably should have told her and not just assumed that she knew.
Ooh, that's rough. It's always sucky to find out that you're not your best friend's best friend. Yeah, majorly sucky. Sucky McSuck. You know, I can actually understand where this bridesmaid is coming from, especially if she considers the bride her best friend. I've been there, only I wasn't even in the wedding party, so that's awkward. Yeah, it's definitely an awkward thing to do, to cry at the dress fitting and to make it about you. Oh, God. Oh, this is messy. To me, it just sounds like we're all just like secretly those like 5-year-old little girls. They're like,
No, you're my second best friend. She's my first best friend. Meh.
Hurts, doesn't it? That was Bridesmaids versus Bridezillas.
Subscribe.